Hi, this is Ted Wetzel. We've just crossed over from summer to autumn here in Ohio. It's harvest season, and how appropriate, because after we've done all of our exploring together, flipped over all of the puzzle pieces, and looked at this from multiple angles, we're ready to take action. We understand divided America, and divided we fall. So it's time to harvest. It's time to take action. We hope you're convinced of the need for we the people, if for no other reason than to balance the accumulated power of big money, big business, powerful people, two-party, duopoly government. So we're ready to talk about Secret 10, easy starter steps, and Secret 11, the 5 grassroots areas that are already sprouting. The secret of Secret 10 and 11 is that they already exist. Almost no one knows about them. It's time to decide how much energy you would like to invest in your country. Now, we know that it's not time for everyone to take action. We have busy lives, and these things need to be balanced, like everything else needs to be balanced. So you may have a family, you may have a career, you may have elderly people, you may be producing something wonderful yourself. So you pick the time when it's appropriate to take action. We hope you'll also find that in these easy steps and in the grassroots areas, you're going to find there's something for everyone, and hopefully something attracts you that you say, that's the thing that I want to take action about. With 330 million people in America, there's plenty to go around. And together we form a pretty great team. We the people 2.0. One important caveat. Government is designed to make changes slowly. Now, there are times when we want our government to act like super quickly. We want like really speedy service. But when it comes to changing how the democracy operates, we want changes to happen slow and deliberate. And that turns out to be somewhat a little bit of a difference between liberals who would prefer to let's experiment with that now. Why don't we make that change now? And conservatives who might say, it's been working, why do we want to change it? Together we need each other, and we've talked about that. And what we find in America is there really is this thread of being pragmatic. It has been said, and it certainly is the theme of, is America broken? That the long arc of history bends towards justice, and that evolution is preferred to revolution. So what can we do? Well, this is actually rather amazing. The very 2 things that come out of the Harvard Happiness Report are the same 2 things that are the antidote to our division. Those 2 things, relationships and working on something bigger than ourselves. So, easy starter steps. You can find these in the book. You can find these on our website under Easy Starter Steps. These involve 0 to little conflict. First one is do something that you enjoy, but with other people. So, if you enjoy singing, join a choir. If you enjoy tennis, pickleball, golf, bowling, join one and be with other people. Volunteer for something. Meals on Wheels. Visit the shut-ins. And a really simple one is just donate blood. You're going to interact with people. You can chat with people. You're going to sit there and eat cookies with them afterwards. Do something low impact with other people that feels good and is community related. Easy starter step number 2. Again, low impact. We offer several videos. You can find all kinds of other videos on YouTube. These videos that we've selected are just like feel-good videos. Next is just conversation starters that are almost impossible to cause division, and they just naturally cause curiosity, which leads to depth of relationships. So try some of these conversation starters. Are you working on a bucket list? What did you want to be when you were 10 years old? What's the closest thing to a miracle that you ever experienced? What's the biggest trouble you got in as a kid? What's your favorite family or friends tradition? What excites you right now, this moment? One of the happiest moments in my life was, how about you? This is going to sound a little silly, but just drive a different way to work or to the grocery store. Or Google things to do in my town, name of your town. And now perhaps things start to get uncomfortable. How about visiting a different place of worship? And we get into conversations that are difficult, and we could use a tool to diffuse these. We give some of those suggestions in the book and on the website. Here's one that might help. Hey, I can see that this topic is kind of important to you. Can we put it in the parking lot for another time? I know it's important. I'm not prepared to talk about it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Would that be all right? Finally, as we kind of climb these steps to more and more difficult or more and more uncomfortable situations of relationship, is join a group or an online conversation about a specific topic. We offer several examples in the book and on our website, and they're really easy. Click and find one, and they teach people how to start these conversations and actually have them online. I'd like to be clear about one thing that could get confusing or misconstrued. It's okay to have your tribe. It's not okay for your tribe to be superior to other tribes. So in the easy starter steps, we're trying to cross our comfort zone. We're trying to break out of our comfort zone. What are the two things that help us move from divided America to the purple zone of cooperation, relationships, and working on something bigger than ourselves? Let's move to secret number 11. How to be we, the emerging grassroots. Let's recall that right now, about 2% of our population is involved with direct service to our country and we the people. Fabulous thing about relationships and being in a pandemic is we've been forced to use technology, video conferencing, that's been around for 40 or 50 years, and now suddenly we're all used to it. It's like a wonderful thing. We can communicate with people across the world. Where would you like to have a relationship? Relationships are the building blocks. So the question becomes, what do we want to build? In our travels of turning over the puzzle pieces, of exploring, of interviewing over 200 people for the book, we looked at over 150 different organizations already working. And what we did was we just decided, like, well, that one's working on something similar to that one. That one's working on something similar to that one. And when we did that to all 150 organizations, basically broke down into 5 grassroots areas. These 5 make up a landscape. Grassroots area number 1 is what we might call the primary grassroots field. It's civic life and civic spirit that every American should experience. It's in these grassroots right here that all citizens understand their civic duty is needed to sustain healthy freedom and to support each other as part of that community, that commonwealth. And it's a return to pride, legitimate pride, a return to training about civics and about history and about what we do fight to retain freedom. and service to our citizens. While this primary field has an expectation that all Americans would participate, at least during some period of your life, probably formative years of your life, the next 4 areas of grassroots involve only a fraction of we the people, and only for a fraction of time. So again, this does not have to be highly demanding. It does have to be something that we trust each other to do. The second grassroots area is called unrigging the system. As we learned, the system is rather rigged for those with accumulated power. There's several actions that we can take. This is a well-established grassroots movement. Look on our website, look in the book, and get involved if unrigging the system is for you. This is where gerrymandering, dark money, ranked choice voting, term limits, and others are all explored. It involves restoring election confidence in our representative government, which is our foundation of, for, and by the people. The third grassroots area has to do with assembling a voice of the people, a legitimate voice of the people that invites all angles and all viewpoints from the people. How do we get that relevant statistical voice of the people to the people that work for us? They work for us after all. We need to be a better boss, not a million squeaky wheels. The fourth grassroots area we call tool development for democracy. Particularly, we're talking about combining the best of collaboration, communication, and technology to bring leaps forward in democracy tools to aid We the People 2.0. 240 years have passed. There's the possibility of apps and portals. And don't we all know that we need balanced news and maybe feedback loops? After all, we can put a 5-star rating on our pizza, but not on our politics. And my favorite of all, CCT, confident conflict transformation. If we could have confident conflict transformation, I don't know what would stop us. The fifth grassroots area is how do we develop leaders to represent us that put community ahead of party. The best people we can find who are skilled with working with multiple stakeholders, such that the outcome is regularly better than the sum of the individual parts and serves the community above party. We hope that these grassroots solutions make good sense, that they do seem robust, and that they do ring true to your heart, your head, and your body. You've been collecting your own clues, and you know if these fit. At the end of the day, we hope that you see the need for we, and that our happiness, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, depends on we. They're inseparable. We hope you enjoyed this series. There's always more to learn. After all, we're in an evolution, not a revolution. And we're here to fight to understand.